Hi, this is Grandma Lori. Today's story is Sneaky Pete and the Dove. Sneaky Pete was hungry. He heard a rumor the starlings had moved on for the season. He took his binoculars and scoped out the yard to make sure there were no dangers to his breakfast. Wait, what's that? It was a huge bird, at least compared to Pete. He knew he couldn't match up against it, so he decided it was time to make friends. Hi there, said Sneaky Pete. I've never seen you around before. What are you? No formalities? You didn't even introduce yourself. Start again, please, said the bird. Sorry, my name is Sneaky Pete. I'm a squirrel, and I live in that tree up there. Pete wasn't used to having to introduce himself. The bird nodded. I'm Angelica. I'm a dove. I fly in here after the starlings leave to grab a meal before heading south. Would you mind if I had some birdseed? Asked Pete. Angelica looked down. Not at all. There's plenty. The pair started a wonderful breakfast. While they were eating, they had a comfortable talk about this and that. Meanwhile, Malcolm the Menace looked out the window and saw the squirrel and dove sitting on the ground. His tail started twitching. He knew if he went out now while the pair was distracted, he could at least snag one of them. Malcolm reached up to the doorknob and tapped it. Grandma knew that was the sign to be let out, so she opened the door. Malcolm sat on the porch for a moment to wind up his back legs for speed. Angelica and Pete were having such a nice time they didn't even notice Malcolm looking at them from the porch. There was a noise. Angelica looked up just in time to see Malcolm take off from the porch. Uh-oh, go! That cat is coming this way, she yelled. Angelica flew up to the top of the bird bath, followed by Sneaky Pete. He hadn't been up there before and was surprised to find nice, clean, cool water. Mom was so nice. Pete chattered at Malcolm. You can't get us, you stupid cat. We're too high up for you. Malcolm came to a screeching halt. You forget, squirrel. Cats can climb anything. He eyed the tree that hung over the bird bath. Just then, Angelica started splashing in the water. Sneaky Pete thought that looked like a lot of fun and did the same. The water went flying all over the place. Hey, 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 cut that out, yelled Malcolm. You know I hate getting wet. Exactly, said Angelica calmly. Angelica and Pete continued to splash the water all over Malcolm. There was no way he could catch them now that he was all wet, so he ran back into the house. As he skidded into the kitchen, Mom looked down and said, Oh my goodness, you're soaking wet. Is it raining? How did this happen? She grabbed a fluffy towel from the laundry room and wrapped it around Malcolm. Angelica and Sneaky Pete looked at each other and just laughed. I'd say that's a job well done, said Sneaky Pete. It was a genius move. Thank you. I've had my fair share of run-ins with cats. Water is always the best way to make them leave, Angelica said. They looked down. The birdseed also got wet. Breakfast was over. Pete looked at Angelica and asked, Are you around for long? I'd love to have breakfast another day. Angelica nodded. I'll be around for a few more weeks, but once it cools all the way down, I need to take off. I need to get to warmer parts if I'm going to survive the winter and be able to lay my eggs in the spring. I'll definitely come back another day. I'd love to have breakfast with you. The friends looked at each other and burst into laughter. Stupid cat, they said together. This has been Grandma Lori. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the story.